Hi friends, welcome to the channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. Ashish here, and today I'll be covering a different kind of Sudoku on our channel. So this is called a instructionless Sudoku variant. So in this actually you are not given with any of the rules of this Sudoku. So you have to find the rule yourself. You have to see the example solution and then find out the rule that will work with the given grade, right? So this particular Sudoku is created by Deb Mohanty. Deb Mohanty is really an excellent author India has ever had. I would say I have solved his Sudokus and puzzles. The way he created Sudokus and puzzles, the logic, the unique theme and the unique solve path, it really used to be excellent. So this particular Sudoku is taken from WSC World Sudoku Championship 2017 that was organized in India. And before going to the Sudoku, I would want to know why I actually selected this Sudoku. So before that, let us see what are the rules of this Sudoku and how to actually find the rule here, right? So if you see here the example with the solution that I have given beside the grid, you will see that there is an example grid and then the solution grid. In the solution grid you have some lines marked, and each line has three same digits here, and there are exactly 9 lines marked. So you have one line with 3 ones, another line diagonally touching each other, another line with 3 twos, and then 3 threes, 3 fours. So there are exactly 9 lines. So which means according to the example and the solution, we get to know that you have to find 9 such lines which will have same digits. Each line will have 3 same digits. So and it will have all the 9 lines will have 9 distinct digits, right? So that is you'll have a line with 3 ones, then 3 twos, 3 threes, and it goes on with 3 nines. So that is what the rule is all about. So we'll now have to use that rule in the grid that is given here. So for me, selecting this Sudoku was because in the upcoming GP now, this weekend we have an upcoming GP, Sudoku GP, authored by Japan. So in that we have a Sudoku called 9 pin Sudoku, which means it is same as the one that we are solving today. You will have to exactly find 9 such pins. Each pin is 3 cell long diagonally and will have 3 same digits, right? So which means you have to find 9 such pins where you have example 1, 1 and 1. You'll have 3 ones diagonal, and then you'll have 3 twos. You need to have 3 threes or something like that till 3 nines. You have to find 9 such pins here in such a way that classic Sudoku rules will follow, right? And no other variant is given in this Sudoku. No other constraint is allowed in this Sudoku, right? So with that, let us start solving this Sudoku. So before going to the Sudoku, I would highly recommend you to please subscribe to the channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles if you haven't done so. It will really motivate us to cover videos on regular basis. And if at all you have a request for any Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre, do let us know in the comment below and we'll surely make a video on it. And I really thank all the authors here, including all the authors of WSC for giving me an opportunity to cover a video on the Sudoku that we had in World Sudoku Championship 2017, right? So yeah, coming back to this Sudoku now, we'll go and see something with the classic rules first. You have 7 in one of these 2 cells, then you have 1 in these 3 cells, that is for not required for now. You have a 7 here, 6 would have to be in one of these 2 cells, and then 8 would have to be in one of these 2 cells. Okay. So now you know that you have to find exactly 9 such pins, right? One particular logic in this Sudoku is there are exactly 16 places where you can have 9 such pins. There are not more than 16 places in this grid where you have 9 such pins. These kind of pins that has to be placed, right? The places are, you just have to mark these 16 places. If you see these 16 cells, pins can only be on these 16 cells, right? These cells are the middle cells of the pin. So this cell is the middle cell of a pin, that is this pin, right? This cell is the middle cell of this pin. This cell is the middle cell for this pin, and this cell is the middle cell for this pin, right? So I don't know if there is okay, let me show you that here. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so as I said, there are exactly 16 such cells where you can have 16 pins here, right? And we'll have to eliminate a few cells so that we can know that there are exactly 9 pins that can be available here, right? Now if you see here, this cell is not part of, this cell cannot be formed as a pin, because the pin that is formed using this cell is only this these 3 cells, and you already have 2 different digits on that line here. If you form a line here of this 3 cells, you already have 2 different cells. Same way for this pin you have these 3 cells, for this pin you have these 3 cells. So according to the rule here, we can eliminate these cells not having the pins here. Amazing, right? So we have these many cells again still remaining for the 9 pins. We have exactly 13 more cells available. So this is one of a very good logic here, very particular logic, that where can a pin be, right? These are the 16 cells where 9 pins can occur, and of course if you eliminate one and each and every cell where a pin cannot occur, you will have only a few number of cells remaining, and then you can just find out which cell will go with which number, right? The next logic that I would like to emphasize here is, the most important logic is, you have to look for these cells, right? These cells, whatever number you have in these cells, those 2 rows won't have that number in that pin. For example, let me show you. If you have a 7 here, these 8 cells cannot have 7. These 8 cells, I mean to say 8 pins, cannot have a 7 digit. So 7 would have to be somewhere in these cells now, right? Whatever be the case, if you have a number here, you cannot have a that pin in that particular row or column of that number exactly, right? So now why this is helpful, because if you see this 2 and this 2, I can directly say that using this 2 these 8 cells are eliminated, using this 2 these cells are eliminated. You have only these 3 cells for the 2, and let us see if we are able to eliminate a few more. So for this cell the pin would have to be this, but you already have a 2 here. For this cell the pin would have to be this, but you already have a 2 here. So 2 is only possible in one pin, and that is this. Amazing, right? Really amazing. You get a 2 here. So you got a pin of 2 here. Amazing. Let us mark the middle cell of the pin with some color to just keep a track of. We already have a pin of 2. This logic is really helpful. Next, let us go with the ones now, because I still have a 1 here in these cells. So 1 cannot be in these 4 pins, 1 cannot be in these 4 pins, 1 cannot be in these 4 pins. So there are only 2 possible places for 1, right? So 1 can be in these 3 cells, or 1 can be in these 3 cells. Now again a very good logic here. Whatever be the case, wherever you get a 1 would have to be in one of these 2 cells, 1 would have to be in one of these 2 cells, because either it would be this pin, so you have these 2 ones, or it will have to be this pin to have these 2 ones, right? So you will always have to mark this way to make sure that you solve the Sudoku easily. Let 1 is also done. Let us see if you have any more. We have 6 also. You have 2 6s here, so 6 cannot be in any of these 4 cells, these 4 cells, these 4 cells, right? You can have a 6 here in these 3 cells, so it would have to be these, or these. Anyway, there are 3 places for the 6, so let us neglect that for now. Okay, that's an amazing piece of logic here. You already have a 9 also. So this, if you see here, 9 is not in the edge but in the middle. So even if there are numbers in this place, you can use the same logic again. So if you see here, this 9 will eliminate these 4 places, this 9 will eliminate these 4 places. So 9 will have to be in one of these 2 places. Either it will be these 2 cells, or these 3 cells, or these 3 cells. So whatever be the case, again amazing logic. Wow guys, this is amazing. Now whatever be the case, you will always have a 1 9 pair here. Amazing. So you will have either 1 or 9 here and 1 or 9 here. So if this 3 cells are 1, these 3 cells are 9, and if these 3 cells are 9 1, and these 3 cells would have to be 9. Amazing. So you already have a 1 9 pair 1 9 pair here, so which means these two are also done, and you just have to. So yeah, at this point of time you might be thinking that you have a 1919 uniqueness trap here, and how to disambiguate that, which means you are solving the Sudoku in a wrong way, or which means you feel that the Sudoku that you have solved till now is wrong. No, you don't have to think about it, because these cells can disambiguate these numbers. So if you have a 9 here, these two cells would have to be 9, and if you have a 1 here, these two cells would have to be 1. So you don't have to worry about the uniqueness trap here for now, unless there are some places that you can still be worried about, but right now there is nothing to worry about, right? So 1 9 and 2 are done. Let us see if you have anything else. Okay, so this 5, no, 5 won't be helpful for now. Anything else? So yeah, let us try and solve using the normal classic rules now. You have a 9 here, so 9 cannot be here. 9 would have to be in one of these two cells. So you have a 6 9 pair here, and then you have 3 8 pair here. Amazing. No, not 3 8, sorry, 6 9 and 5 8. Okay, so 1 9 5 8 4 7 2, this would have to be 3 here. So which means 3 would have to be in one of these two cells. You have 1 9 2 7 3 5 6 8 4. So this would have to be 8, and this is 6 and 4. Okay, anything else we get here? If this is an 8, of course this is again not the pin here, because that won't satisfy the 8 pin here, because this is 1 and 9 here. One more thing is that whenever you have a pin either this way or this way, one of the other pins get blocked out. So if you have a pin this way, this pin gets blocked out. So either one of these two will have to be true, one of these two would have to be true. Both of these cannot be true, right? Both of these cannot be true. That's an excellent logic. Again, I didn't realize that. So one of these two pins would have to be true, one of these two, one of these two, one of these two. So 4 are already eliminated, 5 6 7 are already eliminated, which means all the others would have to be pin. Wow, amazing guys. That's an amazing piece of logic. Again, I will just brief you what I did here is, if this is a pin, this is not a pin, right? Okay, so you have 3 pins here. One of these would have to be true, other will have to be false, or both of them can also be false. We are not sure of it, but one of them will have to be false at least. One of them will have to be false at least. So you have 2 false here, 3 4 5 6 7. Out of 16 pins, 7 are already false, which means both of these will have to be pins, and it is nothing but we'll have to just write the numbers here and nothing else. What numbers can come here, we'll have to look for, and then you can solve this Sudoku. Just a second, sorry. Yeah, I got a call. Yeah. Okay, so let us see what all numbers we can get here for the pin. You cannot get okay, you can only get 4 or 6. 6 is already here, so this cell would have to be a 4 for the pin. Guys, amazing. This is really amazing, really amazing, because this pin uses this cell. So this, you have only 4 and 6 here, but you already have a 6 here, so this pin would have to have a 4. This pin only uses these 3 cells, so this pin would already have to be a 5. That's amazing. This would have to be a 6 here, so you have a pin of 4 5 1 9 2 3 6 7 and 8. Okay, can this be, it cannot be anything. It cannot be 3, it cannot be 7, it cannot be 6, it cannot be 8, because this pin uses these 3 cells. So this is not a pin here. Let us eliminate that as well. So at least this will have to be a pin, because we saw according to the logic, one of them will have to be true to get all the maximum pins available. So this is a true pin now. Let us see what pin we can get here. We have 4 5 1 9 2 6 7 8 and 3 3 6 7 and 8, right? 8 is not possible, 3 is not possible, 6 and 7 is the only possibility here. So let us write that here. again these two are one part of the pin. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 are got. So these two are also pins. Amazing. So which means you need to see what all digits we can get here, and one of these also is a pin. 6 7 8 and 3 3 6 7 and 8. The pins that we use here is 8 3. This is also 6 or 7. Amazing. Okay, so we got a 6 7 pin here. It has to be 3 or 8, so 7 cannot be here, 7 would have to be here. This can only be 3 or 8. You already have a 3 here, so this cell would have to be an 8 to get the pin. That 8 gives you a 5 and 8 here, and 3 would have to be in one of these 3 cells in these 2 pins, right? So whatever be the case, this cell would have to be a 3, and it cannot be this pin. It has to be this pin because you already have a 7 here. So it has to be 3 here, 3 here. This is 6 6 and 6 because of the 7 here, and 7 7 and 7. And with that we complete all the pins here except the 1 and 9 disambiguation, right? We'll do that as well. Yeah, this 9 of course gives you a 1. I didn't see that it's a given digit here. So 1 1 9 9 and 9. Amazing. So let's see if we have completed this Sudoku properly. This would have to be a 3. There's nothing but 2 and 5. So this is 2, this is 5, and that has to be an 8, and that has to be a 6 here. So 4 8 and 9. So this is 8, this is 9, and that is 4. And 1 2 and 5. So this is 2, this is 5, and that is 1. Then you get a 4 and 6 here. So this is 6, and that is 4. And then you get a 5 and 9 here. So this is 9, and that is 5. So 1 3 and 4 here. So this is 3 1 and 4, and that you get a 1 here. Okay, 2 5 7 and 4, 2 4 and 5 and 7. So this is 7, that is 5. Okay, and then you have a 1 and a 9 here, and then you get a 4 and an 8, right? So this is 4, that is 8, that is 4 and a 2. Am I right? Yeah, so that is 2 and a 5. I'm not sure if there is anything wrong here, but oh, you get 8s here. Oh, this cell won't be an 8. I'm sorry. Of course, this cell is a 9. I'm extremely sorry. Yeah. So yeah, with that we complete this Sudoku. So I hope you enjoyed this Sudoku, and I hope actually you got to know how to solve these kind of variants. You always have to look for tricks and tips before going to solve this Sudoku. So whenever you get an IB of any contest, try to look for the Sudoku which is new to you. Think for a while what are the possible tricks that you can list out while solving this Sudoku. What are the possible tricks that might help you to solve the Sudoku faster, and then you can just go ahead and solve the Sudoku. So I hope you enjoyed this Sudoku. Thanks a lot Deb, for such a wonderful Sudoku. It was really amazing. I think this Sudoku couldn't have been better, right? All the possible tricks that were possible in this Sudoku genre variant was, I have explained everything. So really thank them for such a wonderful Sudoku. I hope you enjoyed this Sudoku video. Do like and comment if you want us to solve any other Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.